Here we go.
Woo! We are back on.
Episode 8, part 2. Part 2.
Yeah.
Sorry, I derailed Cody. I was... So,
He told me a sad story.
I'm on my second divorce.
Yeah.
Which, the first one was my fault. I'll admit that. I was a drunk. Very bad drunk. And then...
Now he just drinks coffee.
So I ruined that. And the consequences of that are awful. Because, but the Lord restores. There's still consequences, but the Lord restores. So the second marriage I rushed into, sometimes at work. My brother Jim, not a good example. He was married 28 years, and they only knew each other a few months.
Yeah.
But that ended up in disaster. But it took 28 years.
Ouch. Ouch.
So,
Oh, man.
Anyway, so this my second marriage. My second. How can you be a pastor and be divorced twice?
Oh,
Good
man.
question. Only by the grace of Jesus, which disqualifies me from most churches. Most churches would not allow
that's
that,
true. That's true.
even with the explanation of everything that's happened in life.
Yeah.
But there was some... It was an abusive situation. I had to get out of this marriage.
Yeah.
Really bad. Happened in September. It was a bad deal.
It was
The church...
not good.
The church really has stood behind me.
You were like... It was a really bad time. And bad enough that you were like... I just want to go.
Yeah, I tried to resign twice.
And the church is like, no.
Yeah.
So look, there's someone out there that has gone through the complete opposite. Like, they wanted to stay in the church, cut them loose, and this is the opposite here. Like, you wanted to go, and they're like, yeah, you're not allowed to. No.
Yeah.
No.
It's like I'm disqualified. I'm not good enough to... Basically, I didn't say this, but basically I'm not good enough to be the pastor.
Yeah.
Because we have this idea that pastors have to be on a different plane.
They're held to a higher standard.
They are.
Not saying it's right.
They are. Biblically, they are. But not as much as we put on.
Right.
Because if you look at the apostles, look at Peter.
Yeah.
Denied Christ 3 times. 3 times.
You have not stopped denying Christ through the whole thing. You just went through a bad situation.
Right. So we miss that. because we go to 1 Timothy and husband of one wife. What does that mean? Does that mean one wife at a time? And I would say you shouldn't have 2 wives at the same time. That's not good.
That's just double trouble.
You shouldn't purposely like, oh, he's been married 10 times. He's going to be our pastor. Maybe not. But you never know. Maybe he was with 10 different abusive people, or they all cheated on him, or you never know.
Everyone's immediately going to go to it's his fault.
Yeah,
that's just where their mindset's going to go to.
It's always, and it's interesting going through this. So if have been through domestic violence, you understand what it's like, and especially the guy. Because it's so not common. It's common. The other way around is more common. Yeah. And so, a lot of times, I feel like the advice I'm getting is because I'm the guy.
Right.
I even asked a couple people, if I was the woman in this, what would you say? Would you tell me to stay and try it again? It was pretty... I'm not going to tell everyone what happened, but you know what happened. It was pretty extreme.
Yeah.
So, do we... there's... I knew another guy...
If it was the woman, everyone would be like, no, don't. No.
Yep.
No. You're just... Nope.
I know another guy in Central Iowa. He's a little older than my parents, and his first marriage was an abusive situation with him. He was being abused, and it took him years. And I think she actually left him, but...
Right.
But he could have, in my opinion, left.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with the church. Back in the 80s and 90s, my mom was going through some struggles, and the church kept on saying, stay, stay, stay. And she listened to the elders and did.
Yeah.
But as you look at Scripture, I don't think God wants us to be abused. I don't
Right.
think we're supposed to be in an abusive situation.
I
And
don't think so.
I think that goes for, like, in full-time ministry. A lot of pastors, ministry leaders get abused. And there's certain times, I take so much, as you know.
Yeah.
I take a lot of stuff, and then you take more than me and hardly say anything. But I get to the point where, I've crossed the line, and I'm going to tell you about it.
As have I.
And I've had a couple people say, well, that's not, pastors don't do that. Because there's a lady that I've had to really back away from, and I've told her that. And, you're a pastor, you can't do that. And I said, yeah.
Everyone has a breaking limit. If you
Right.
think that, like, I don't know if fit or rage is the right thing, but, like, Jesus got upset and started flipping tables.
Right.
Like, let's just remember that. I'm not saying, obviously he was sinless.
Calmly and collective. That's one of them the first time. There was a couple times. First time was in John, the latter part of 2.
Right.
And the only reason I know that is because I'm studying the life of Christ right now.
Right.
But he saw what was happening, and it wasn't really the fact that they were selling things in the temple. I mean, that was bad.
Yeah.
But the real bad thing was they were cheating people. They were, doing things they shouldn't have, basically stealing from people in a backhanded way. And in that verse, in that scripture in John 2, the end of John, it says he sat outside and made a whip. He made a whip. Meticulously sitting there making a whip. So you see that it wasn't that rage.
Yeah.
It was a godly anger that in the Bible says, when angry, don't sin. So we know that in your anger, don't sin. So we know that anger can be a godly anger. Mine usually isn't. 99.9% of my anger usually isn't godly. But there is a godly anger.
Yeah.
And we see that the righteous anger of God came through Jesus. And I was watching a sermon when I was recovering from being sick on a Sunday morning by
I know him. Good friend.
Anyway.
Yeah. Some dude.
I was watching a sermon, and he was saying that we always want to see Jesus, or we portray Jesus as this really meek and mild and kind of wimpy guy.
Yeah.
And Francis Chan was preaching.
Yeah.
And this was from a few years ago.
I like him.
Anyway, he was pointing out that Jesus was tough. He went into the temple and tore the temple up. He told the Pharisees and Sadducees that they were the brood of vipers, that their cups were clean on the outside but dirty on the inside. Called them the brood of vipers.
Yeah.
Said they were whitewashed tombs. Okay? This isn't Pitter Pat Day. This isn't like, oh, it's okay. Jesus still loves you. No, he's like, hey, dorks, it's on, like Donkey Kong. And that's paraphrased, dorks. That's a paraphrase version. But anyway.
That's a Gary translation.
But with the sinners, you see that he was gentle and kind.
Yeah.
But with the Pharisees and the religious leaders, he was pretty in your face.
So he was kind to the ones that didn't have it together. And he was very stout with the guys that thought they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, we really got off on we are all over the place today.
Okay, so let me see. Sorry, we started out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm apologizing. Anyway, so Lent.
All right, we're gonna pick up from there, and sometime between now and the next 20 minutes, we gotta sneak some dad jokes in here.
Oh yeah. You know what? I saw a guy got left side cut off. Now he's all right.
Oh, I love it.
Horse walks in bar. The bartender says, "Why such long face?" 3 guys walk in the bar. 4th one ducks.
Oh man, this is getting real terrible real quick. Hey, who do you call when the barn's on fire? fire department.
Why do firemen wear suspenders? To keep their pants up. Hey, the other day, I was driving past a house and a guy was paddling his boat. Bad boat, bad boat.
This is so terrible. Hey, who's the smallest guy in the Bible?
Who?
Peter, because he fell asleep on his watch.
Huh. That takes a few minutes.
He's about that big.
Yeah, wow.
Oh,
Wow.
That's terrible.
When was the first baseball game?
Genesis.
Genesis in the beginning. When was the first Camel cigarette smoked?
Oh, I heard this one.
Genesis, when Sarah lit off her candle.
Oh,
who has
man.
the stretchiest ass in the Bible? Balaam. He tied his ass to a tree and walked about a mile.
This is bad. Oh man, we're gonna get pinged on this episode.
No, in the King James it says Balaam's ass. As my mom says when she says the word ass, she says it's not a cuss word, it's in the Bible.
Oh my goodness. He's talking about a donkey, ladies and gentlemen. You know, there are people that are going to watch this that don't even know that.
It's found in the Bible.
That's the book for me.
I stand up on the Word of God. The Bible.
The B.I. Yeah.
Do you not know that song?
Dude, I don't know
What kind of
song.
sheltered life have you lived? You don't know who Robin Williams is. You don't know the Bible song. Now you're going to tell me you don't know who Barry Sanders is.
No!
So, funny story about that. Barry Sanders was a running back, very good running back for the Detroit Lions.
So not related to...
No, and what's funny
Okay.
is Garth Brooks did a concert in Detroit, and
boy.
he's a big fan of Barry Sanders. They went to the same college. And so I believe that's the connection. So he wore his Barry Sanders jersey. Barry Sanders was number 20. And so everyone at the concert knew, but on Twitter, people got confused and were like, I can't believe that you're supporting Bernie Sanders. I can't believe you're being political.
No.
And it's like, wow.
Terrible.
Wow.
Oh, man.
So the Detroit Lions had some fun with it and put a political poster up for Barry Sanders 2020.
That's amazing. That's pretty good. That's good. Yeah. So we were talking about Lent in the last episode, or if you're watching today, just like 15 minutes ago. So we were talking about Lent. You preached on Lent last Sunday. You talked about it.
I started explaining it.
Yeah, that's great. But so you also said that you participated in Ash Wednesday.
Yeah, so what I did is I researched what Lent was. So I grew up Southern Baptist, went to a Plymouth Brethren Bible College, never have really participated in Lent. I've heard a lot about Lent. I've never really participated in it.
Right.
I kind of associated it with automatically just Catholics. That's just a Catholic thing. Well, as I have became an adult and got older, I see that Free Methodists do it. United Methodists, other Protestant churches will do the Lent part, maybe not the Ash part, Ash Wednesday, but we'll do the Lent. So as I was researching Lent, the whole idea is, like you said, to give up something during this 40 days to replace it with Jesus.
Right.
To give something up. And if that's food, you give up food, you give up the time that you're preparing the meal and eating, and instead you spend that time with Jesus, reading the Bible, praying, meditating, doing those things, learning Scripture.
So I got to give up food for the next 40 days.
No, but that's one thing people do. Maybe give up a meal a day, or maybe, I don't know what.
I've heard that very, very common.
then so Lent is not just a religious practice, and it has become that. So,
Right.
as I was talking to some people who were Catholic growing up, would say, well, people would give up candy and different things like that, and it's like candy really doesn't take up a whole lot of most people's time unless
you're driving down the road anyways, and you're grabbing candy out of the bag next to you.
Yeah.
You're
So,
walking to class,
right.
and you're popping a Jolly Rancher.
So giving up something and replacing it with good, and
Yeah.
something good, and I'm meaning spiritually good. And so I've encouraged people at our church to add a service, come to a service. We have Sunday
because
morning
you have
service.
more than just Sunday morning.
Right, we have Sunday morning service. Sunday morning service. We have Wednesday morning Bible study.
Yeah.
Coffee club at 10. Then we have worship, Thursday night worship at 7.
Yeah.
And so I encourage people to come. We had about 10 people on the Wednesday night, Ash Wednesday, which I thought was great.
Awesome.
We did the ashes, and as I read about the ashes, it is just a symbol of that we're dust. Ash to ash, dust to dust.
Okay.
But God made us out of dust, and we're going to return to dust, and He's God and we're not.
Right.
It's just a symbol. Well, some people have a problem with that because we don't understand it. And I heard, well, that's a pagan tradition. I'm like, well, Christmas technically is a pagan tradition.
There
Easter,
you have it.
how it gets moved around,
Yeah.
that would be a pagan tradition. The
Right.
Easter Bunny is
yeah.
pagan tradition. The god of
Hey, shout out for the Dr. Fred
yeah.
and Santa.
Dr. Fred. So our friend, one of my best friends, Dr. Fred.
I love Dr.
He's
Fred.
he's having a birthday, and he's having a big one. He's gonna
Woo!
turn. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't say. He's gonna turn 70. So he wouldn't look it, and
He doesn't.
no.
No.
He worked at the Pentagon. He's a scientist. He's more uber smart than I ever
Dude is like...
will be. But anyway, some of his passions, one of his biggest passions is about Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And he is not a fan of Santa Claus, even playing Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Or having Santa Claus 50 feet near the church. Any kind of church activity. He's not a fan. We at this church we do Santa and stuff, and it's just for fun. And he doesn't like that stuff.
Well, you incorporated Santa into your service.
Yes.
But what I really loved is you had Santa kneel before Jesus, baby Jesus.
Right.
And in your nativity skit, I guess you could say. Yeah, and I'm like, that's awesome. Like, because in a kid's mind, this is how I think. I don't know. I think in a kid's mind, they're going to see, like, even Santa bows down to Jesus.
Right.
Like... Santa isn't as big of a god as God. Like, Santa bows to Jesus? Like, almost demoting Santa kind of thing. But I think it's good. Like, that was awesome. It was yeah.
That wasn't my idea. That was someone else's idea, and I loved it.
Yeah.
So I can't take
credit for it. I
credit
was so
for
happy
it,
that you put that in.
But it...
and that person spoke up and said...
Well, and the cool thing is Ralphie is the one that was Santa, and he is developmentally challenged, and he's a great guy.
Oh, Ralphie's awesome.
Love him to death.
Your church loves him.
Yep.
Like the whole, they just...
Yep.
He is just another guy here. It's great.
He hasn't been coming, which is sad, but...
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while.
But he's a big part of the church. People love having him.
Oh, yeah.
We welcome him like we'd welcome anybody else. He's a member, I believe, of the church.
Hey, you welcome us.
So, yeah. Lent is a time where it can be a spiritual practice, but it should be, a religious practice, but it should be a spiritual practice. And it's meant to bring us closer to Christ. I think we can participate in things if we do it correctly.
Right.
Just doing it and bragging, that was one thing I made a point of saying was... you shouldn't post it on Facebook, and you shouldn't say, "Hey, look at me, I'm fasting." Which you see a lot of people doing.
I made that mistake when I was younger.
Really?
Yeah. And no one, like, backhanded corrected me, but, like, when I was shortly after being a believer, like, learning about the whole fasting thing, and
right.
then, like, I'm going around and telling all the leaders in the youth group, like, hey, I'm fasting. You know, and I'm like, looking back now, I'm like, I was such a dingus.
Yeah. Well, Jesus talked about that. When you fast, don't be like the Pharisees and hypocrites who...
Yeah. Don't use fasting to make yourself look better.
Right.
Yeah. Look at me. I'm so much more spiritual than you. I'm also the most humble, by the way. But
really? You voted for yourself most humble?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Definitely,
nice.
Man. Yeah.
Okay, so did we cover Lent?
I think we covered Lent. Yeah.
At least
I think we're good. I think we're
subject.
good.
What about your camp conference?
Yeah, so we left Sunday night, this past Sunday, to start heading in the direction of this conference. So the camp is located in Wyalusing, Pennsylvania. You can look that up on Google Maps. But if you know geographically, we are like the very northern part of PA, south of Binghamton, New York. About, like, if you come straight down 45 minutes, half hour, 45 minutes south of Binghamton, you'll pretty much land yourself in Wyalusing. So that's where we started. Then we headed down to Harrisburg, PA, to drop the dog off and have dinner with the woman's parents, which was good. And then
speaking of in-laws, you know the difference between an in-law and outlaw? Outlaws are wanted.
That is...
Anyway.
Oh, man. Dad jokes for days, ladies and gentlemen. That was good. I ain't never heard that one before.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we went down to our in-law outlaws. And then they got a cabin out in Raystown. So we traveled out to Raystown. I thought Santa was real, and now you just told me it was Ralphie. That's Tom Hyduke. Hey!
Who's Tom?
Tom is the camp director.
Hi, Tom.
Tom Hyduke.
How's it going?
Woo, welcome to the channel, Tom.
Yay, Tom. Yay.
I think we just ruined his day telling him that it was Ralphie, and Santa's not real.
Tom, I'm
glad
I'm glad Tom is watching, because I need you or Tom or somebody to talk about the camp one of these Sundays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's we were talking about that this week.
Really?
Yeah.
I had that thought yesterday. So
So we left Wyalusing, Stony Point Camp. There it is, Stony Point Camp. We left there Sunday. Actually, so we also had camp over the weekend. We had a very small event. And I brought my stepbrothers and stepdad here to your church on Sunday.
Yeah.
For church Sunday morning. And then we left from here, head down to Harrisburg, left Harrisburg, went out to Raystown. We stayed there Sunday night, and then drove down to Laurelville camp.
Laurelville,
something like that.
Laurelville.
Something like that.
You gotta say it with a little...
Laurelville
is one of those towns, I think you gotta have a little southern accent.
Down there in Laurelville. Yeah, so we went there Monday morning, and we stayed there till Wednesday afternoon. So it was a multi-day camp, 3-day... conference.
They had the conference at the camp?
Yeah, so Laurelville is a camp, and this conference holds their conferences at one of 3 different camps every year.
Wow.
So they're in a rotation. So we'll be back most likely to Laurelville in 3 years. We stayed there. We got to stay in their rooming areas, which they just got tons of buildings to stay in. And so it's called the CCCA. It's Christian Camps and Conference Association. Yeah.
Say that 10 times.
Dude, I struggled to get it out once. I gotta think through it. That's why I can't just roll it off. So the CCCA is where we went. It was good.
Give me a C. I got you, C. Anyway, go ahead.
You'd have to say that 3 times through. That'd be really annoying by the time you get to the end. Yeah, so the camp conference touches on a variety of different things. There was five times, I think there was 4, so 20, at least 20 different panels to attend throughout these 3 days.
Wow.
And but they're spread out over, I think, 4 times. So you get to attend 4 out of like 20, which is a bummer. I mean, because like you look at the time slot and it's like, I like this one. Oh, but I like that one. Ah! So what worked out well though is, so Tom and his wife went along, me and my wife went along, and so for a couple of them we kind of went in different directions. So Tom went to one, the wives went to another, and I got to go to another. So like we're covering multiple. It wasn't like that every time. Like the one panel I went to, I felt so bad for like the leader. I'm like, I hope he's not too discouraged, but it was on worship, like at camp. Mm-hmm. And we get in the room, and there you got the 2 informants, you know, the speakers, and then you got the moderator, I guess you would call him, you know, the guy that's supposed to help keep it going. So there's three I don't want to call them staff, but like speaker, moderator, you know, you got 3 of them. And then it was me, my wife, Walker, I'm going to count him, and another girl, right? And then my wife and Walker left because Walker got cranky and it was time for his nap. So there was more informants than there was attendees. But it was really cool though, because we really got that one-on-one interaction. You know, it was a great conference, very educational. If you are involved in church, I think could still almost be beneficial, but it's not like going to a church conference because it's very much more geared towards camp. But the best part out of all of it, I think, personally, is being able to interact with other camps, because it's a camp conference, so you got all these leaders from all these camps across Pennsylvania and some other neighboring states. But, you know, we were probably one of the furthest ones to travel. We were about 6-7 hours away.
Well, you said someone came from Iowa.
So someone works at a camp, but they were from Iowa. Like the camp isn't from Iowa, but yeah. I think that's what it was. But yeah, so it was awesome. Like,
was there main speakers?
There was.
Did you have like main sessions?
Main speaker? Man, I should have brought the flyer if I could remember his name. He is
camp guy.
So the speaker is a youth pastor. They got him in, which I think is still very fitting because youth pastors take their groups to camp. Now, but he wasn't just like, so he was in his 50s maybe, and he's still a youth pastor. And dude, let me tell you,
God bless him.
This dude looks like, or sounds like, because if you don't have to see him, you just have to hear him, right? If you listen to this guy, you'd think he chugged a whole pot of coffee before he came up to speak. He was like raring to go, man. Like, and it was every message, which made it awesome. You were not falling asleep during his message. Like, he was, woo! You know, it was great. So, but yeah, he was awesome. Talk about funny too, but like just not like trying to be funny, just going through his message and keep sliding them in there, just zinging them off. Oh, it was great. It was really good. They had a skit night there where, so dinner beforehand, they're like, hey, so we're having skit night tomorrow night. If you think you have a skit or something funny, like talent show kind of thing, talk to me afterwards. We're gonna have a skit show. And they had like almost an impromptu skit show.
Did you do anything?
We did not, but we are gearing up for next year. Like we watched it this year, and we're like, we gotta.
I'm disappointed in you.
I'm sorry. I know.
I'm really disappointed.
I couldn't think of anything. I should have did Singing in the Rain. Oh!
Now that would have been hilarious.
That would have been amazing. What we got?
We got 30
the
minutes.
The wife says hi.
Oh, we're at 30 minutes. Hi, Cora.
Yeah.
We miss having you here.
Yeah,
the
wife is not here at the Caffeinated Word session this time.
We miss Walker.
She's missed. She is missed.
And he's missed.
Just so you know, your puppy's doing just fine. She is sleeping on the floor. Yeah, so conference was good. Lent was good. Still is because we're still in Lent, but maybe if you're listening to
Are you participating in that?
I haven't started yet. Didn't even give it a thought. You know. I am guilty.
I think we're, as I said in my church, we're focusing more on the more part.
Yeah, that's good.
You know, we're focusing on more. If you need to give something up, give something up.
Chris wants you to sing the bear song. Oh,
what's the bear song?
Oh, how's the bear song go? A backpack tree, walking down the trail and see a backpack tree, a backpack tree, walking down the trail and see a backpack tree. That's the only part that I remember of the skit. Dude, what are you? I am
what?
not. No, I'm not.
What? Sorry, what?
Oh, man. You complete. Do I have to sing it again for you?
Yeah, can you sing again?
A backpack tree, walking down the trail and see a backpack tree. It's this bear, and he's singing about how, like, he eats a backpack out of a tree. It's a kid's song.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wow. I don't remember, like, anything else from it. There's a whole lot more to it. The only thing I remember is a backpack tree. Oh yeah, I just started learning these. These are awesome. There's one about peanut butter. Peanut butter.
Jelly.
No jelly.
No?
Just peanut butter. And I think he took it out and he put it in some cups.
Oh, this was a camp thing?
Someone please.
This was a conference.
Put that in the comments. But just find the video, put it in the comments.
What video?
That the song, the backpack tree song. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna put it in the description. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're over
All
this
right,
part 32 minutes.
Yeah. It's been another day.
Another day. Thanks for watching.
Day. Thanks for tuning in. We actually have comments in the feed this time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
we got duck. Duck what?
For duck's sakes.
Duck sakes.
Yeah.
Where do you see the 4? I just see duck sakes.
I put that in there. So we got duck sakes.
Tom.
And Tom Hyduke. That's the Stony Point camp director. And so
who's that Cora lady?
I don't know, but she looks kind of cute. I might hit her up afterwards.
I hear she's married. You don't want to mess with her. I hear he's usually packing. You don't want to mess the guy.
Packing a lunchbox?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, packing the lunchbox.
I think I can take him. So Cora, hit me up. Yeah. I see you, girl.
Hello, ladies.
Hello, ladies. Yeah, dude, we incorporated ladies into this yet again. We were talking about ladies last time.
Did we do that again?
Wow. Last time was our celebrity crushes.
Whoa, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Dude, it's a lot happens in 3 weeks. So, all right. This is the Caffeinated Word. We're back again. We should be...
Hopefully next Saturday.
Yeah, I think so. And it was a good podcast. Thanks for tuning in. We love you guys. Make sure to comment, subscribe, hit us up on Facebook. We have an email, which is the caffeinatedword@gmail.com. So if you got like personal questions you don't want to put in the comments, hit us up. If you want to sponsor us, you can send your money to 213 South Main Ave, Scranton, Pennsylvania.
18504.
18504. Yeah.
It's like Peaches is about to pee.
Yeah. So I don't know where this is going.
Anyway, have a great weekend.
We love you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.